All right, well, let's get started here. Well, very pleasant good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, this is Amber Alert founder, Pastor Charles Williams. Welcome to this Saturday, the 7th of July. Can you believe it already? And this is an Amber Alert update to an Amber Alert that we sent out yesterday. We sent out some information concerning this Amber Alert late yesterday afternoon. This Amber Alert was issued right on the heels of the Amber Alert that was successfully resolved here in Ohio on yesterday as well. And as we were just kind of getting used to everything that happened here in Ohio on yesterday, we then received this Amber Alert out of Kansas for this girl right here, for this young lady right here, okay? This young lady right here, she became the subject of an Amber Alert, and her story, her name is Amber Shivani. Her story went a little something like this: that her dad last saw her prior to the Amber Alert being issued. Her dad last saw her, and she told her dad, okay? She told her dad that she was going to go walk to the mall, okay? She was going to go walk to the mall, and she never came back. She never came back from that supposedly journey to the mall. Authorities, after learning of that, checked surveillance tapes, and I'm not for sure what led them to the Greyhound bus depot, but surveillance tapes there at the Greyhound bus depot there in Kansas spotted her there at the depot with the suspect, and authorities believed at that point that they may have boarded a bus headed to Minnesota. Again, remember, this 12-year-old girl said she was going to the mall. Somehow or another, between her anticipated walk to the mall and her coming back home, she met up with an African-American suspect. I don't believe this 12-year-old had the money. This 12-year-old had the money to buy a bus ticket to Minnesota. But this suspect, pull him up here, okay? She met up with a 23-year-old suspect. This is him, okay? This is him right here. Pull this back a little bit. This is the suspect. He's 23-year-old Deshaun White. This girl met up somehow or another with that suspect, and the next thing we knew, they were on a bus headed to Minnesota. Authorities, at the time that they released this Amber Alert on yesterday, they said that they were either on a bus headed to Minnesota, so they alerted officials there in Minnesota, or they may have just been at the bus depot and were still in Kansas. They wasn't for sure, so the Amber Alert was issued. Well, the good news is late last night, okay, well after we aired our broadcast, our slideshow broadcast of that Amber Alert, we got notification this morning. We started receiving notifications this morning that this 12-year-old girl, Amber Shivani, who was the subject of an Amber Alert out of Kansas, she has been found, and she has been found safe, and she was found in Minnesota. Remember, she went missing out of Kansas, but she was found in Minnesota. The suspect who took her there was also found. The suspect who was also found, he was found in Minnesota as well, and he was taken swiftly into custody. And so that's your update. on this Amber Alert out of Kansas. People, if you don't think human trafficking is not real, you need to take another look. This was a 12-year-old girl who somehow or another was befriended, coerced in some manner by a 23-year-old. He paid for a ticket, put the both of them on a bus to Minneapolis, Minnesota, for no other reason that I can think of was that she was going to make him some money. Okay, and that's just putting it as clean as I know how to do. Okay? He bought that girl a ticket, put her on the bus, and took her to Minneapolis, Minnesota, for no other reason than for her to make him money as a pimp. We call it human trafficking. They've stepped up the game. They've stepped up the game. Okay? Used to be that they would get in a car and they would go and do whatever in a car. But no, they're using things today. And you hear me say this often. They're using things today like Uber, Lyft, Greyhound, Megabus, public transportations. They sit beside them and they dare them to say anything all along the trip. Okay? So, talk about this. We really need to talk about this. We've got a case right here, right now, another case right here out of Ohio, where another girl is missing. Been missing now for, I think, almost 19 days. And again, we don't know where this girl is. Could she become a victim of human trafficking as well? We don't know, but we're not going to stop looking. So we want to thank all of you for your shares. Thank all of you for your prayers on yesterday as we released this information. But this is the update to that Kansas Amber Alert for 12-year-old Amber Shivani. She has been found. She has been found safe, but she was not found, not even remotely close to where she was taken from. She was taken from Kansas City, Kansas. She was found in Minnesota overnight. Okay? That's how far and that's how fast, okay, these guys involved in human trafficking will get a victim and take them well out of the area in which they live and force the victim then into making money for them. My name again is Pastor Charles Williams, and that's your Amber Alert update on that Amber Alert out of Kansas City, Kansas for 12-year-old Amber Shivani, who has been found, and she has been found safe, abducted out of Kansas, but found in Minnesota. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back with you next time when there is another Amber Alert. Sadly to say, I don't think it's if, but it's just a matter of when. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.